What's up guys, Gabe here. You just saw that last slot open up. Let's get right into it. I predicted 10 characters that can maybe make that final character slot in Smash Ultimate, and let's get right to the list. So Spyro is a very interesting character. He seemed like one of the biggest gaming icons in the late 90s and early 2000s when he was having games come out for like the GameCube and the PlayStation 2 and all that jazz. But now he's got the Reignited Trilogy coming out and he's just starting to become relevant again after like 15-20 years of like almost absence. And honestly, the only reason I have Spyro on this list is because of the partnership that Spyro and Skylanders did with Nintendo a few years ago to have a Donkey Kong and Bowser amiibo also work as like a Skylanders figurine to work in those games. So I just figured that since they already have that partnership, Spyro has a decent shot of entering Super Smash Bros. However, I was a little bit skeptical because, you know, Spyro's a dragon, Ridley is also a dragon, and Ridley got in already, so I don't know if Sakurai's feeling having two dragon characters in the game, but I think Spyro has that perfect cartoon look to him that would just flesh out Smash Bros. Ultimate's roster. Okay, so here's the thing about Astral Chain. I've never really played it myself, but I've heard really good things about it. It's won a couple of awards back in 2019 when it came out. It sold over 1 million copies, and I just have a feeling that a character could make it into Smash Brothers. Yeah, it's another human character, and I decided to go with Akira Howard because that's the character you're playing with for the majority of the game. You're not playing as him, you have your own character, but that's the thing. I wanted someone that had a name and was established instead of for the protagonist character. You know, we'd have to come up with a name for that character, and you know, I wasn't really about to do that. So Akira Howard it is, and he just seems like one of those characters that's very agile, quick on his feet, and can do a lot of combat because that's pretty much the name of Astral Chain. You're in this utopian, dystopian environment, I'm sorry, and you're just kind of fighting like these mech beasts as a police task force recruit. And that just seems like a perfect role for Smash Bros. Ultimate. I have him ranked low at number 9 because it is a new IP. Only one game has come out for this IP, and he doesn't have the best shot, but I figured I'd throw him in there. Okay, so here's the thing about Doomslayer. I have actually never played a Doom game myself. I'm sorry to say that publicly, but I haven't played the first Doom, Doom 2016, or Doom Eternal that came out last year. It just, you know, missed my radar, and again, it's probably because I'm not much of a first-person shooter fan. But, you know, you guys let me know how you like Doom Eternal. I don't know if I should play it or not. I'm really bad at first-person shooters. That's just not my thing. But anyways, about the character himself, Doomslayer has to be one of the most iconic and recognizable characters in gaming history. He's owned by Bethesda, and Bethesda is now owned by Xbox, and Xbox and Nintendo have kind of been partnering with a couple of projects here and there. There's even a few Microsoft characters now in Smash Bros. Ultimate, so there's a chance that they can maybe throw one more now since, you know, Doomslayer is technically a Microsoft character now. And again, he's low on the list because his games are very gory and, you know, have a lot of bloodshed and just is not the type that would be Smash Bros. Ultimate friendly. But again, Sakurai can't really ignore how popular Doomslayer is. So if you wanted to end off the Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC characters with a bang, there might not be a better option than Doomslayer. Yup, I went way back there, way back to the retro days. You guys know it wouldn't be a Smash prediction video without a character from way back in the day that is totally obscure now. We had the Ice Climbers return in Melee, we had Duck Hunt return in Smash Wii U, and we had Simon Belmont return in Smash Bros. Ultimate. To cap off the DLC, why not toss in Dig Dug, another obscure character back from the arcade and NES days. Namco developed Dig Dug, they developed Smash Ultimate, so there is that connection there. No further licensing is probably needed. And when I was thinking of a Dig Dug representative, I didn't even think of Dig Dug himself. I was thinking of the Puka with the yellow goggles, and I almost decided to include them, but I was like, nah, probably better to include the dude in the white space suit with the red shovel. probably makes a lot more sense. Will he get into this game? Absolutely not, but I just thought it would be a fun inclusion to include somebody from way back in the 80s. Now, if you guys have been subscribed to my channel for the past 3 years, then you would have seen a video of mine where I predicted the first 5 characters or the first volume of the Fighters Pass for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I threw AiAi into that list. Unfortunately, that did not become true, so that's why AiAi is back again in this list to see if he will become the last character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It's a long shot, but I think he's got the qualifications to be a Smash Ultimate rep. He's got a recognizable and friendly face. You know, he's a unique character. He's not human at all, so you know that'll separate him from a lot of the roster. His games have been well received. His games are actually kind of relevant now because the 3 best games are getting the remaster treatment in Banana Mania, and I just think, you know, his ball mechanic and a lot of his moveset could be very unique from other fighters. He's also developed by Sega, so AiAi's got a lot going for him. It's kind of a long shot, but I'm still giving AiAi that chance. If you take a look at Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's roster and you see all of the incredible third-party characters that have been amassed into this game, including the Microsoft reps like Steve and Banjo, you cannot have a discussion about who could potentially enter this game as a playable character and not include Master Chief. Master Chief is the sole reason Xbox is where it is today, with Halo Combat Evolved selling like hotcakes, and then Halo Reach and Halo 5 and Halo 3 being incredible, and then of course Halo Infinite coming out later this year. So Master Chief has been in the realm of gaming and high up in the realm of gaming for the past 20 years. Yep, he's got the same problem as Doomslayer, where his games are all first-person shooters and a little bit too mature for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but that hasn't stopped characters like Solid Snake and Bayonetta from entering this game. So who knows? Master Chief, he's always in the discussions for Smash Bros. Ultimate, therefore he always has that realistic shot, and that's why he's on this list. Yeah, I know. For those of you who have been playing Overwatch and know all the heroes, you could probably make a case as to why your favorite hero deserves the spot more than Tracer does, but for me, I just don't know many of the characters' names by heart and like their characteristics, so I went with the cover hero Tracer. I just think she makes the most sense. She's the most recognizable when it comes to Overwatch, and she's also got that teleportation mechanic which could separate her gunslinging abilities from characters like Zero Suit Samus and Bayonetta, who kind of already have those movements locked down pat. Also, she's got like the orange jumpsuit that could kind of separate her from like the blue and black like dark color schemes, and you know, Nintendo could also go with either her Overwatch 1 outfit or Overwatch 2 outfit, and they can maybe do alternate costumes between the two of them. So I'm kind of surprised that Overwatch content hasn't been in Smash Bros. Ultimate already, even in like the form of spirits, because it is one of the most popular esports games out there aside from League of Legends. But if anything Overwatch were to come to Smash Ultimate, I would have to go with Tracer. Part of me really wants to play this game so bad simply because of the music. That's how I found out this game existed, was because of the music that I discovered on YouTube from some other videos and just recognizing how good it was. Again, it's an action RPG, so I don't know if I'd be able to get into it myself, but I know a lot of people are into it, and it's very popular in Japan, as 2B, the character I predicted for this slot, actually seems to be very popular in Japan and above one of the most requested characters for Japanese people to want in this game. So I just think because Sakurai may be catering towards the Japanese market in this final slot, you never know, 2B could be an option. I mean, you know, she's also popular in Europe a little bit. I don't know how well she'd go over here in the United States, but she's a very different character who seems like half android and half humanoid character, and just has an interesting persona about her that would make her position a little bit unique in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I don't think anybody would be upset with her inclusion, especially with the game as kind of insane as Nier Automata. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know anything about the Tomb Raider games or the lore, because I do not. The only thing Tomb Raider related I consumed in the last few years was that movie that came out a couple years ago, but it is impossible to ignore the fame and the influence that the Tomb Raider games and Lara Croft have brought to gaming since the original Tomb Raider came out in 1996. Lara Croft is one of the most influential, if not the most influential and famous video game female protagonists of all time, and she is one of the most influential gaming protagonists of all time. You know, she's had games coming out since 1996 with the original Tomb Raider, and the quality of those games have just improved. We had Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, two very well received games in the last decade, so Lara Croft is just making big moves and going up from here. She would be a fantastic addition to Smash Brothers because it would up the female representation in that game, as well as her just having a wide variety of movesets that are unique from other characters. She has a bow and arrow, just like Pit and Dark Pit, but not many other characters in the game have bows and arrows. She has a grappling hook that she can use to latch onto ledges, and she could probably use other relics and weapons that she's found across her adventures in the Tomb Raider games. Lara Croft just makes perfect sense, and I'm sure Sakurai has to have had once considered her before, so here we are, throw her in there. Okay guys, please don't get mad at me here. I don't even want this character more than other characters on this list, but I just had to think of a character that had the best chance of getting into this game as the last character in all of Super Smash Bros. And because this is mainly a Nintendo game, I feel like Sakurai would go with a character from a Nintendo franchise, and why not pick someone from the latest Pokemon generation, Generation 8? It hasn't happened yet, so I think it makes sense that they would pick a character from Sword and Shield, and it's going to be Toxtricity, because I had to look at a bunch of the new characters and popularity charts, and Toxtricity seemed to be that one Pokemon that people liked the most, despite not many people liking the overall game in general. Toxtricity is an electric and poison type Pokemon, so I would assume he would have moves similar to Pikachu and Greninja just based on his stature. And a new ghost type Pokemon would be kind of interesting to bring into Smash Brothers, so who knows. But if there's another Gen 8 Pokemon that you guys think would better make the Gen 8 Pokemon rep, let me know. So that's it guys, that is my predictions list, 10 possible characters that I think could make up that final DLC character slot for Smash Bros. Ultimate. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. If you're new here and want to see more videos like this, I'll have links below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more awesome content like this. I'm Gabe signing off. I will see you next time.